Hi, and welcome to Wisdom Talks with Yasmin Ann. I'm at the Center for Spiritual Living in Yucca Valley, California. And some of these talks were already done here, but I am doing them so that I can put them on my channel. So, something I'd like to talk about before I actually go into my first talk is comfort zones. And in order for us to grow spiritually and on every level, we have to be willing to step outside our comfort zones. And I think you all know what that means. So as I do these talks, I would like for you to be open and maybe step outside your comfort zone just a little bit so that hopefully some of these words might touch you or guide you in some way. So my first talk is called, Who Are You? What is the very first thing that comes to mind when you hear that? Who are you? Well, we might say what our name is, what kind of work we do, whether we're a mother, a father, a friend. We immediately go into those types of things, right? Well, I'm not here today to talk to you about who are you in that manner. I would like to go a little bit further. And I know that I'm opening a Pandora's box with this question, but if I could give you the answer, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I'd probably be too busy just traveling all over and talking to lots of people. But I am here to tell you that you already know who you are, at least to an extent, to allow you to live a life of abundance. Well, if that is the case, then why are we not all functioning from that knowledge and living in abundance? Well, one answer might be that we've spent a lifetime developing and storing beliefs about who we think we are through our everyday experiences. As an example, I believed I could never hike again, and that I have a disease that would keep me from living my life fully. And that became my truth and my experience. That became who I was. But the subtle voice within was almost like the whisper of a wind, just kept sending messages. There is a way out if you change your beliefs. Wow. Well, we've heard stories of people doing amazing things because they believed they could. Using the power of the mind, and if we change our beliefs about who we think we are, can we then change how we live in this world? Well, as a clinical hypnotherapist, I would have to say absolutely. But I wanted to go even deeper than that. I knew that there was more beyond my thinking mind, and I had to venture a little deeper. After all, I was that kid that wanted to see what would happen if I leaned further out on the tree branch that was hanging over a swift-moving river. And it had already claimed the lives of 3 kids. I know that many of you have also taken this journey. Just the fact that you show up here at the Spiritual Center, open to gathering and getting more information that expands your awareness, speaks volumes about your desire for more, knowing who you are. I needed to dive deeper into the unknown, beyond any beliefs that I had about myself. And I know that you can also do the same. There is one method actually, that helped me to go even deeper and to move beyond my thinking mind. And for me, it was meditation, daily meditation. And most importantly, just surrendering to the process of just living itself. If we stay in awareness, if we meditate, and if we just allow ourselves to have our life experiences become our teachings, if you will, or teach us and help us to move forward, if we fully engage and we're present in each moment, then we can move beyond our thoughts and simply become the observer. And that was the key for me, was becoming the observer of things, not being so caught up into every little thing that was going on with me physically, spiritually, mentally, but learning how to become the observer of those things. By doing that, I gained much more clarity, and I could just look at things from a whole different perspective. We might discover that our thinking mind is like the middleman, if you will, and our bodies are guided by our thoughts and beliefs. Your higher self, pure consciousness, God, is the source that feeds everything. I've journeyed into territories that just skimmed the surface of knowing who I was at the deepest level. And to this day, I continue to have experiences that take me far out into this universe. And I could share with you at this point. I am aware as the observer. I will never arrive at a point where I have the complete picture, because the universe, which of course means all of us, is infinite. So I asked myself this question: why does this all matter? Why bother even digging deeper? I've found that each time we venture within and we go a little deeper, we return with expanded awareness, joy, peace, and more love. And as we ground and apply these experiences, our path ahead is illuminated. And so it is for everyone. Each time you journey within, you realize the importance of the process of living life, because that leads you closer to knowing who you are. Each time you move through another challenge, learn another lesson, you gain another piece to the puzzle. You and I may only know for sure who or what we truly are when we finally become pure energy. And my guess is at that point, there'll be no need or desire to know, because energy just is. How wonderful if we could see the value in the process of life and be fully present in each moment, so we can keep expanding our consciousness, gathering more pieces to the puzzle as we go through this life process, so we can finally be the light that shines within each of us, instead of seeing it as separate from us. Wow. I've come to believe through my own journeys that who we are changes at each level of awareness. For example, today, who you are may be a little or a lot different than who you were a few days ago, depending on your life challenges, depending on how much you have expanded your awareness. And so it's the step-by-step process of a life lived fully and with awareness that can lead us closer to knowing who we are, which is pure consciousness. I remember many years ago walking into a Unity church, and the first thing that caught my eye was a mirror that had the words, "Behold the face of God." Let that sink in for just a moment. And I remember taken aback, because how can they say, I am God? Well, it took me many, many years for me to accept and to understand that. Behold the face of God. So the question remains, who are you? God? Pure consciousness, a part of God? I suggest that you welcome this life journey and all the experiences that it brings. And each one of you will discover who you are at every level. There is a little exercise I'd like you to try at home. So just get in front of the mirror, even when you're brushing your teeth in the morning. And as you look into the mirror, Just keep asking inwardly, who are you? And just keep getting closer and closer and keep asking the question, who are you? Until you get close enough where you're just looking into your eyes and ask again, who are you? You'll be surprised what answers well up from inside you. So give this exercise a try. I would also like to read something from Ernest Holmes, which says, "As I go forth today and embark on the wonderful experience of living, I am on a journey of self-discovery and also of the discovery of the self hidden in everyone and the power of everything." And here's an affirmation that I thought might be a nice way to end. I know that through the process of life, I am moving closer to self-discovery. Namaste.